is up, you guys? All right, this is gonna be a journey and a half. We're gonna hang out together. We are going to hopefully just completely overhaul your life in every way, shape, or form that you can imagine, from health, from internal mindset, happiness, energy, business, income, all of the big goals that you want to achieve. And my personal goal is to basically take you on a 31-day freaking journey of the daily grind. The daily grind is something I do for my team every single day, and I figured why not do it an unplugged, on the road type of version where we make it public and you can all see what I share with my team every single day. I go live for them every single day without missing a day, and I've done it for years now. And I go live for about 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes longer, and we go through things like goal setting, health, a lot of real talk. And I just cannot wait to see how much you transform from today into 31 days. Now, I want you to set a commitment today that you're going to stick with me. These videos are not going to be long, so you can make it a part of your daily routine. But there was no better way to kick this off than to talk about goal setting. And I feel like this needs to be how we kick it off so that you can know what the desired outcome is in 31 days. So you'll get to know that the daily grind is usually 3 things. It's 3 things I'm focused on that day, 3 things that I think that you should be focused on that day that will move the needle. Like, no BS is going to move the needle. And you're going to see this a lot. There's a lot of, you got to stop BSing yourself. You got to stop diluting your goals and prolonging the things that you are working so hard towards, or feel like you're working so hard towards, but you're not moving the needle yet and you're just not there and you're frustrated. And it's like this vicious cycle. My goal for you is that you break that freaking cycle, and that at the end of this month, in 31 days, you're like, I crushed it. Like, I literally slayed this month through plugging in for 5 minutes a day and listening either on the podcast or watching the videos on YouTube, or both, and taking notes and actually doing something for your life. So I want you to sit down today with me and think about 10 goals. Yes, 10. At first you might be like, oh, there's lots of things I want. It's kind of hard to sit down and think about 10 things that you want. But even as I'm talking, and I can walk you through this and give you some ideas, but what are things that you really, really, really want to achieve in 31 days? Where would you like to be in your life in 31 days? Health-wise, do you want to have, some abs? Do you want to lose some weight, some pounds? Do you want to gain some muscle mass? Do you want to be able to do a push-up? Do you want to be able to do a couple pull-ups? These are all things that I want to do. Do you want to be able to start and complete a workout program and actually stick to it? Do you want to be able to inspire someone else to start with you, maybe a family member or a friend? Do you want to feel healthy and happy? Do you want to feel centered? That was something that I wanted. I wanted to feel centered and calm. That was a big word for me. At the beginning of 2020, when I set my goals, I just wanted to feel in control, centered, and not chaotic and sporadic all over the place. I wanted to feel a sense of passion for what I was doing. Maybe you want to do that. What about, income-wise? What do you want to be able to afford in 31 days? Do you want to be able to plan, a dream vacation? Do you want to be able to buy a puppy? Whatever it is. Do you want to be able to feel financially stable for your future family or the family that you have? Do you want to be able to buy something? Might be as simple as a bicycle for your kid at Christmas. But what is it that you want? What do you want to be able to do in 31 days? Do you want to be able to run a certain distance? Do you want to be able to get a promotion that you've been after? Do you want to be able to take that next level in your side hustle and actually maybe quit that full-time job and get to the next level of income that you've been trying to earn in your side hustle? Are you looking to grow your social media following so that you can work from home and actually build something from this? Like, we're going to go through all of that, but I need you to go 1 through 10 of the stuff that you want. And that could literally be as simple as, I want to earn this much money by this date. And you need 10 goals, and they should be all over the place. So once you've got those, we're going to do something called chunking. So whenever you're doing your chunking, it should bring you a sense of calm and peace. So when you have your 10 goals written out, and I would suggest, by the way, get yourself like a little notebook. Little Ray Dunn notebook for those of you guys on the podcast that can't see us. And it's just, write out your top 10 goals. And what you're going to do is daily, you're going to revise them. But what I want you to do right now is look at the goals that maybe one leads into the other, or maybe 2 are similar. Like, you doing XYZ leads to the income. Chunk those goals. Just do a little bracket or put them together in the list. Like, rejig the 10, put them together and bracket them. And you should be able to chunk a couple of these together that either they're a little bit similar or one leads to the other, or it's a domino effect. This should bring you a little bit of peace of mind. So number 1, you've got your top 10 goals and you're gonna chunk them. Number 2, you're gonna set a deadline. And it's gonna be a no BS deadline. And I love you, but you're gonna see the sass of Angie through this, because one thing that I've learned in setting my own goals and actually achieving stuff in life and finally going after the stuff that I wanted to do, I had to get really real with myself and I had to cut the BS. And so I'm gonna set your deadline for you. It's gonna be in 31 days from now, and we're gonna revise these and self-assess and go through these goals and not dilute them together. Because that's what we tend to do. We dilute them, we get cozy, we get comfy, and we're like, oh, I'm good not doing anything. Or you know what, I didn't really want that goal to begin with. I know you want it, and we're making it happen. So the deadline, I want you to write it down, and I want you to write it down for each of those goals. Angie, have gained my 6 packs of abs by this date, and underline it. And the date should be 31 days from now. So you've chunked it, you've set your deadline, your no BS deadline where you're like, I'm doing it. It's happening. Line drawn in the sand. I'm changing my freaking life. And it might be something simple, but that simple thing leads to the other thing. Next. And this will help you as well. Just like the chunking, it'll help you. You're gonna take a bite out of it. You're gonna think of like a little baby shark, and one little, even if it's just like, like I saw this girl on my Facebook the other day that she survived a shark. It was a shark attack, but like she still has all her limbs. And I just think she's the most badass woman on the planet. And she's my new idol. And she's got all these little big teeth marks on her feet. And she's a total badass. Like I show her picture to everybody because I'm like, she's my hero. That's what I want you to think about your goals. Just, you don't have to take off a limb off the goal. You're going to do a little shark bite every day into one of those 10 goals. And now that you've chunked it, pick a chunk, take a bite out of that chunk. And what I mean by this is, let's say you have a goal of starting a blog. You're going to buy the domain for that blog, the www.com. That's a domain. You're going to buy the domain. That's just a bite. You don't have to build the whole blog, but you got to do one thing that just sets the wheels in motion, that you feel excited about it, that it's something. And the power of taking that little bite will be everything. And we're going to take a bite every single day, and that's the power of the daily grind. But you got to show up. You have to show up, and I want you to commit to yourself. Get a notebook out. Make it a part of your daily routine where you sit down with me and we go through this. So quick revision. You've got your 10 goals, and by tomorrow, whenever we sit down, I want you to have those 10 goals so that we can go through this. You have your deadline date of those 10 goals. You've chunked them, and you've taken, by tomorrow, one bite out of one of those goals. And hopefully it's the goal that it's like the domino for all the others, that you know that it'll move the needle. So we're going to go through that, but I hope you're excited. I hope you're pumped. And if you want to share some of your goals down below or on my last YouTube video, on my last Instagram post, go do it. And I will see you tomorrow. I'm super excited. Bye, you guys.